keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. Say, kiss down, make her way home. I love My Chemical Romance. Okay, don't judge me. Can you say my eyes are shining bright? 'Cause I'm out here on the other side of this jet black hotel mirror. And I'm so weak. Is it hard understanding? I'm incomplete. Okay, I'm done. Submitting. I hope everybody's having a good day. I went to the gym and I was like, let me do a really quick workout and then come over here before my lunch break ends. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Like I just said before, if you got a workout in, let me know. Tell me what you're eating, what you're doing, what you're listening to. I'm curious to know. If you happen to come across my channel, my name is Tan. Welcome. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader, and I am Artemis Oracle. Yeah, I just finished a really good workout. Hi, Raphael. How are you? Welcome. So I'm doing a Tangled Love reading for the collective. So this message is meant for whoever comes across it. Right now I'm listening to My Chemical Romance. These bright lights are always blind. And sing me. These bright lights are... I love this song so much. I don't know, do you like My Chemical Romance? Let me know. I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me. I'm looking for my case, actually. I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid. I love that song from My Chemical Romance. It's called Famous Last Words. Okay, I'm gonna let the song finish out. Awake and unafraid, asleep or... 'Cause I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or... I am not afraid to walk this world alone. That song is really good. So let's see what the tangled messages are. Cards keep falling out. So this reading is for the collective. It's for whoever it may resonate with. Some of the messages may resonate with you, others may not. This may be going on around you, with you. You may have experienced this already. It may be something you need to look out for in the future. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tan, Artemis Oracle. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Molly. Hi, Eric. Hi, Raphael again. Thank you, Molly. Okay, so let me, oh my God. And I have this song on the loop. I need to turn this on because I could be here all day singing that song. And just in case you're wondering, I'm sorry, I haven't started doing readings. I'm not doing any readings today. I'm doing a collective reading, okay? So if you, later on today, I will be going live and I'll be answering yes or no questions. So if you would like, I could answer a question later on today. That's around 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, Jay? Okay, let's see what the collective needs to know. I'm using the Tangled Love Oracle deck. Let's see what messages you need to know at this time. What messages? Excuse my appearance. I went to work out and I was like, I could do a short workout and then come and do a reading for the collective. So it's like funny, when I was singing, songs wanted to come out. I mean, cards in that song. So I'll tell you this much. I saw the caught card. I saw reconciliation. And I saw soul searching. I showed soul searching. And it's funny because at that part of the song where I saw soul searching, Gerard is singing about being incomplete. So, and it's so funny I'm saying that because the card that comes out right now is growing together, shared journey, lessons learned, soul bond. Okay, so some of you may be in that type of connection already where you're learning from each other. You're going through a healing journey. You are going through a similar path, or it could be somebody that you meet where you do have a similar path. Oh, you're welcome. I hope everything worked out for you. Why do people put weird comments? Open your hair. What is that? I'm sorry. My hair is not a door. I cannot open it. It's not a window. It's not a vent. It's not a box. Growing together. Shared journey, lessons learned, soul bond. So like I said, this could be something that you experienced already. You may be in that type of connection, or this could be something you could look forward to in the future. Thank you. Oh, another card, contemplation. It says sketchy, unsure of you, playing games, weighing out options. But it says that, and this deck is kind of negative, I'll be honest. But okay, I'm sorry, but like I was saying in one of my other readings, sometimes, at least you tried, and that's the most important thing, because you won't have to worry about like what if, at least there was an attempt. So I wish you best of luck in your future love endeavors. Raphael. Hi, Shitai. Okay, so contemplation. I know it's a sketchy and sure of you, playing games, weighing out options. But contemplation on its own, it's basically you thinking about something, processing, trying to gain understanding, dissecting possibly. But it could also be reflecting on something, or reflecting on someone, reflecting on a connection that you had, or you may have. You could possibly meet somebody and then they could have you reflecting on past events like, wow, I went through all of this and then I finally reached this point where I meet somebody who we could grow together. But then it could be that you're looking at past connections and seeing how you've learned, how you've expanded in some way, I could say. Because when we learn things, our mind expands, even our heart expands. Okay, Digam. Thank you. I'm sorry, Vikra. I'm not doing any readings. Sakar. Sorry. This is a collective reading. Okay, the ex. See, I think this is about an ex situation, an old situation that you've already experienced, that you may be reflecting on. Hi, Travel Co. How are you? It's good to see you here. Yes, I feel like some of you are reflecting on an old connection, undercover love triangle, sleeping with an ex, someone but like I'm not getting this at all. I feel like this is a situation. I could read it in a negative way if you'd like. I could do that. I could still do that. But I'm looking at it in the positive aspect. Some of you could be very reflective of a past relationship, and it could be like with a relationship that has already ended, where you've learned so much. You learned about yourself. You learned together. You both learned about yourselves together. Like in a relationship, you not only learn about another person, but you learn about yourself, what you like, what your standards are, what your expectations are, what do you value in a partner, what do you not, what would you consider unacceptable? Those are the types of things that you learn about yourself, but also about whether a person matches those they check off the boxes, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like it's that. Now, some of you could have outgrown the types of connections where they could have been third parties, like people were hiding relationships, like sneaky links and situationships and stuff like that. But it could, like I said, you could possibly be meeting somebody new that has you reflecting on all your experiences from the past and now getting to this point where you can meet a partner that you can build a life together with, that you could build on a solid foundation. But it could be also, I say this too, that some of you may have been dealt with people who were not the most honest or forthright or even transparent about their intentions, about with the intentions with you, their intentions with the relationship that you may have thought you had with them. And you may have found out that they may have been unfaithful, deceptive, or some of you may have even found out they were sleeping with an ex. They may have been cheating on you with an ex. I have to say that because that may resonate with somebody. And I don't really like touching base on those types of situations, but that's a part of reality. That's a part of life. I've been caught up in a situation like that in the past. I even had a situationship that ended recently, so there's no judgment here. We all make our mistakes, but hopefully we learn from them. And some of us don't realize we make mistakes until we finally meet somebody that shows us, wow, I've been messing up this whole time. I could have been doing better. I could have been living better. I could have been loving better. I could have been loved better, that type of thing. And at the bottom, someone's forgiven you. Letting go, peace, spiritual release. For some of you, this could be you that is moving away from the past. You have reconciled with the past. You may have forgiven somebody. Now, if you were in the situation where you could have been the guilty party, someone has probably forgiven you too. But someone could also be forgiving themselves, letting go, being at peace with what's happened, and being able to move forward and leave behind those past burdens, leave behind the history. You take the lessons, but you don't take the baggage with you. Like I always say, and I've been saying this lately, the Fool card is the Fool. He leaves everything behind. You do not see him with U-Haul trucks, moving trucks, mules, bulls, cows, anybody carrying all his old stuff. He leaves that behind, and he only has a little sack that looks kind of like this on a stick, and that's all he has. So this is all you're supposed to carry, your lessons, what you've learned. You don't take everything with you. You just take what have you learned from the situation, and how has it changed you? How has it improved you? How has it made you better? I really like that. So for some of you, if you are meeting somebody new, I want to look into that because I don't care about the old stuff, maybe. And, some of you may want to reconcile with a person from the past. And that was one of the cards I saw earlier today. So, and they may not have been that bad. It may not have been a horrible situation, maybe, somebody needed to do some work, needed time on their own. And that maybe some of you can reconcile because maybe somebody needed to do some sort of personal development, spiritual development, emotional development, so that they could be a better partner to you, or vice versa. This could be your situation. You also needing to do the work. I say this, and the reason why I speak of both sides is because I've been on the bad side, where I have been the bad guy. I have been the bad girl, and I've had to come to terms with that. I had to forgive myself. So, that's why I say it's important to understand those the shadow aspects of yourself, those parts of you that you could do the worst, what you're capable of in the worst way, and you have to come to terms with that and forgive that about yourself. But you decide if that's the person you want to continue to be, or is this someone you want to move away from, this old identity you want to move away from, So, let's see. I want to know about this growing together. I want to know if angels, guys. I thank you all for being here. If you're subscribed, I don't know if anybody subscribed. I didn't put subscriber mode on. I'm from New York City, but ethnically I am Puerto Riqueña, Boriqueña. My family's from Puerto Rico, from the Latin Caribbean. Okay, let's see. Let's find out what this growing together card is. What is this growing together card for it? Wow. Some of you could have realized there's two things. Some of you could come to this place where you realize that you need to take better care of yourself, and that you may have been in connections where you probably may have been, I'm going to say, like overgiving or possibly have been neglecting yourself in some way, and now it's time for you to take a break, to take a pause, so that you can, build up your energy, but also help build up your self-esteem, the way you view yourself, the way you value yourself. Because I know sometimes I know from my personal experience that sometimes when I get caught up in a love situation, that I tend to like throw not really what I care about, but some certain things go out the window because I want to spend more time with somebody, so I end up sacrificing things. So that may resonate with some of you, where you've maybe at this point where you're not now realizing that, you need to take a break, that you need to take better care of yourself, you need to nurture yourself. This is something that you could have learned from the relationship. Some of you, it could be it was something that you definitely had to end, a relationship that may have needed to end, or that was something you needed to stop doing. Sometimes it happens when you start to neglect yourself because you feel like you have to nurture a relationship, but in reality, you're supposed to nurture yourself while you're in the relationship. And when you're nurturing yourself, you're nurturing the relationship, because you're becoming you're taking care of yourself. You're not neglecting yourself. You're putting yourself first, but then you're showing up in your best self for the relationship. So that's why it's important to take care of yourself. I'm sorry, I'm not doing any personal readings. Okay, see, value again comes out about stability. You're being grounded. For some of you, this is funny that this card fell under contemplation, as well as the Taurus card. Some of you definitely need to really, this is weighing out your options. Maybe some of you are reflecting on the choices you've made in the past, and the ways that you may have, I really feel like this has to do with your value, the way you see yourself, also how you maintain your groundedness, how grounded you stay. Do you stay in your throne, or do you let anybody dethrone you? Do you end up going in your head and then start questioning whether you're worthy? But some of you could be considering, in what ways can you not get into situations where you may have been taken advantage of, I'm going to say, because I'm looking at the sketchy card and unsure of you. It's a sketchy, unsure of you, playing games, weighing out options. The Two of Swords is when you go within to reconnect to yourself, to ground yourself, to stabilize yourself in some way, to block out any influences, anything that make you feel a certain way, or even make you start to think certain things. In a way, it's kind of like a meditative, it's like being meditative. But with the fact that it's contemplation, is like some of you are wondering, like, what stability do you want to see in relationships? How do you want to be stable? Who is a stable partner for you? Who will be the right partner for you? But let's see what else comes out, because this reading is not going the way I thought it would. It's interesting. I want to know about the ex. I don't know, some of you could have been dealing with, you may be questioning whether somebody, it could have been an earth sign energy that may have been, that you may be thinking about an earth sign energy. So that's Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the X, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles, new beginning with the. Earlier I said that there was a reconciliation card I saw. Some of you may be moving on from an ex so that you can have a brand new beginning where it's secure, it has potential for growth. But the Ace of Pentacles is like a new beginning, right? It's a new start, a stable new beginning. It's the potential for growth. There could be an ex wanting to return. Like I said, there could be somebody that has learned some sort of lesson that may be coming back in a better energy, a better mindset, having better perspective, a better understanding. Maybe they have learned a lesson because of the time that you've taken away from them, because there seems to be some sort of break or a block. I don't know if somebody blocked somebody with the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like the blocking energy when it comes to love. But some of you, I don't know if some of you were married. I don't know. That's far-fetched, but I mean, there are married people on this channel. I'm sorry, I'm not answering any personal questions. Yeah, so look at this. Yeah, the High Priestess is answering questions right now. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. But I have the Empress is Taurus and Venus, Libra, Venus energy. King of Pentacles is Taurus, Libra, no, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra because I think Libra is this is Libra's card. Just weighing the options, figuring out what to do. Some of you could be stuck in your head about maybe, oh my gosh, some of you do have an ex coming back, and you're not sure if you want to take them back because of what you've experienced. You may be unsure of this person. You may be questioning if they're playing games. Are they someone that you can take seriously? Because I don't know, whatever you may have experienced in the past, you know, it has to be something that's forgiven. Someone's forgiven you. I don't know if I'm doing like a cross watcher type reading, you know, like I'm telling the cross watcher, someone's forgiven you. So if you want to come back around, you might have a chance to have a new beginning. But it's a matter of new beginnings, but no secrets. There has to be transparency. The high priestess, she knows all. She trusts her intuition. She receives messages from the divine. Very sensual energy, but secretive, but one who will keep secrets. So you cannot you can't be returning to somebody, and I'm talking to like a cross watcher, whoever that may be. You can't be coming back to somebody with secrets. You got to have, there has to be transparency, especially if you want to create a solid foundation. With a solid foundation, there cannot be any secrets. You know, all the cards have to be laid out, like the way these cards are laid out. So the X could be a Pisces energy or even a Cancerian coming back. We have 2-2 may be significant. So some of you could be 22 years old. Your birthday could be on the 22nd or February 2nd. Look at that, 2 again. Crossroads. Okay, I feel like some of you have an ex coming back that wants to try to get back to, and you're going to be like deciding what path should you take. Is this something that you can continue on with, or, you know, this person's going to have you evaluating their cup. You're going to be looking at it, inspecting it, contemplating on it, wondering if this is the type of, if this love is acceptable. Now think about the Maroon 5 song. This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before. I don't know if some of you were, the X is a divine feminine. I'm just going to say, because I got 2 feminine cards here, and they're both water signs. So did some of you get left behind by a water sign energy or a water sign feminine energy? Or someone who was very sensitive? Okay. Let's see. What is this someone's forgiven you? Ooh, that card attacked me. We got the Strength card coming out. So we have Leo now. We have Leo on the table. We got water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And then we have the Empress with Libra and Venus. And I keep saying Venus. Venus is a planet, but that could be somebody's name too. I don't know if somebody's name is Venus. Okay, so let's see. For the someone's forgiven you, letting go, peace. I think whatever anger someone has towards you or you may have had towards this other person, that could be you're finally are overcoming that, and whatever anger that this person caused you, you're like it's subsiding. And for some of you, I don't know what this person could have done or what you could have done if you're the person that wants to return. It could be anybody's story. This is Leo energy. We got Leo twice with the Strength card and the 6. Yeah, someone's forgiving. They want to come. They might be wanting to come forward. Maybe want to come towards you. They could be moving on. Now you could be moving on. Like you forgave them and you're moving on to bigger and better things. Maybe bigger and better relationships. Or this could be the person that is being forgiven that wants to come back and hopes that will be accepting, that their return will be accepted, that they will not be rejected by you. Okay. Look at that. For some of you, you may not even know that this person may come around. But depending on the amount of time that you and this person have been, not been in contact, especially if you've blocked this person could be coming up unexpectedly to you. We have water sign energy with King of Cups, and we have the Queen of Cups on the table too. So this is like the divine pair. So I don't know what kind of situation you experienced. When I put them together, I don't know what happened that broke you two apart, but it's something that definitely needs to be forgiven. And this person could be coming back with an apology, with their cup in hand. And yeah, whoever you are, whether you're the person going to apologize or the person that's going to receive the apology, there's going to be some sort of reflection. You're going to be reflecting, going to be contemplating. This person coming back is going to have you thinking about about the relationship. You may be contemplating whether this is something that can work, if it's something that can be rebuilt, is it something that can stand the test of time? You know, is there a chance in this relationship, right? With the growing together card being the first card on the table. Shared journey, lessons learned, soul bond. You know, it depends. Everybody's situation is different. You know, sometimes it's not anything tragic, but you know, sometimes depending on the thing and how big we make the issue, it could create a tower moment. You know, somebody could do something that we don't like, and that we could make a big deal out of it. And then sometimes somebody could do something like totally horrendous that it completely destroys a relationship to the point where you think it's irreparable. But depending on the situation, you know, it varies. It could be something that you can repair, and it can be successful, but it could be something that, you know, but it's ultimately your choice, whether you take a person back or not, you know. In this situation, there definitely needs to be some sort of healing. Temperance card is a reconciliation card. It's a card of healing. It's a card of unification, sharing, essentially, you know, sharing emotions. But also, I'm saying sharing because you see the angel is pouring emotions from one cup into another. You know, so someone is it depends. Someone could be pouring out I feel like it's more like someone's accepting the apology and allowing there to be some sort of transformation, you know, like they take the cup, they receive it, and then they start mixing. But it depends. But there's like a healing element to this connection, whether you end up not being together or you reconcile. Let me see what's underneath. Look at that. Oh, wow. I didn't see the card underneath. The Knight of Swords. I picked that up by mistake. Yeah. Because I got the Three of Cups that was underneath. Because one of the thoughts that came to my mind was, I don't know if somebody cheated. I really don't know. And the fact that this came out, and then it was something that was on my mind because I wanted to find out, you know, why did the relationship end? Because of the Tower card. And I was like, did somebody cheat or something? Was somebody unfaithful? It could be that, or it could be that the person could have been talking to other people. And, you know, like for me, if you're with me and you're messaging other women, that's not appropriate, you know? I don't think that's appropriate. If you're in a relationship, there should not be no talking to other women on like messaging and stuff like that. No, you're just creating an opportunity for infidelity to happen. I don't care how nice the person is. Feelings can be developed over time when you connect with people, you know. So I don't think that's appropriate. If you're in a relationship I don't think it's appropriate to be communicating with people, you know. And especially the thing is when you hide it, that's what makes it bad. I'm gonna say. So I don't know if somebody was doing that and then somebody got caught. You know, and that's something that needs to be like, maybe there needs to be some sort of clarity, some communication, you know, before there's an apology, before one could be accepted, because I'm looking at this cup being poured into another cup. And I show you the king and the queen here. You see, she's looking at the cup and he has a cup, but he's not looking at it, but she's looking at the cup. I don't know if it was a masculine energy. It could be vice versa, you know. somebody wants to apologize and somebody's looking and reflecting like, is this honest and stuff? Is this something that's going to be accepted? Are you going to accept the apology? The Queen of Cups is looking at that cup like, let me see what the hell's in this cup. Is there poison or is there love? Is this authentic apology, or is this a farce? Like, is somebody pretending, just so they could get what they want? But I don't know if there was some sort of third party situation involved. And then somebody got caught, because I did see the caught card while I was shuffling. And yeah, that could have been maybe there was an argument. It could have been an argument, some sort of a breakup. Definitely a breakup, because we have the X here. For some of you, it could have simply been an argument, and you may be maybe trying to decide if you want to take this person back, if you even want to stay in the relationship, because I would say, like, finding out something like this is like, wow, you were hiding this, like, what else are you hiding? That's why transparency is so very important in relationships. But it's, for some of you, there's forgiveness there. Some of you have forgiven this person. Some of you may not have. Like, as always, take the readings as they resonate. Not all messages are meant for everybody. I'm just checking the time because I have to leave. So yeah. This is a tricky situation. But you know what? I still have a little bit of time. Let's say this relationship ends. Like, you can accept the person's apology, but you do not have to accept them back in your life. You're like, I forgive you, but just this, I got bigger and better places to be. I'm moving on up, Some of you just like you're just moving away. So, side message. For some of you, you could be meeting somebody new, and the ex may be trying to come back. That's a side message. Okay, so I want to know if this is a new relationship. I have a little bit of time, but I'm going to be nosy. If you meet somebody new, I want 3 cards for if this is a new person. For the new person. Hopefully this isn't like a new person that reminds you of the ex, because that's possible too. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tan or Tanya. This is Artemis Oracle. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. And no, I don't play poker because I don't know how to play poker. Okay, so let's see. What can we know about, if this is a new person? Tell us about this new person for the collective. New person for the collective. 2 more cards for the new person for the collective. Okay. For some of you, this new person could be somebody who's very focused on the future, thinking about what they want to do. They're making probably some moves. They're doing something that's going to lead to some sort of success for them. They are moving past some sort of burdens that they experienced. They're releasing burdens. It could have been because of a past relationship that was put a lot of stress on them, put a lot of weight on them. And whoever this person is, they could be Cancer energy, but they could have Cancer in their chart, or Pisces. And we did see the Pisces card earlier because I was wondering. And that was one of the cards that came out earlier. And then we also have the Magician. This person is someone who has a lot of skills, who's very talented. They may have Gemini or Virgo in their chart. They can be someone who maybe manifesting a connection with you. If this is they're manifesting a partner, I would say. But they could be someone who is manifesting a better future for themselves. This person may not really advertise that they do this. They may keep it a secret. But this person is overcoming some sort of emotional, even subconscious wounds, deep wounds that they've encountered from past relationships. But they are optimistic about what it is that they want for the future and what it is that they would like to manifest for themselves, because they are very much future focused. How will the collective know who this person is? How will the collective know who this person is? This person could be someone that knows of you. You may know them, and you may not know that they like you. That could be a secret admirer. This could be someone that they could have Scorpio in their chart because the death card came out. But wow, this is gonna be weird. This is gonna be very specific, okay? But for some of you, this is a person that doesn't drink anymore. I think this person used to drink a lot, and I don't think they drink anymore. They may have had an issue with, well, I'm seeing this and he's like refusing that cup, the way he's looking at it. I think this person is someone who overcame some sort of addiction. This is someone who may have overcome some sort of addiction. I don't. Another thing that came to my mind, because I saw the Judgment card, and it made me think about religion. It made me think about born-again Christian. This could be someone that has turned to religion as a way of, which has helped them with the healing and moving away from this issue with addictions that they may have experienced. Let's see. This is someone who puts in a lot of hard work. They're very dedicated to their work. And I think, but they could also be someone who distracts themselves because, you know what they say, idle minds or idle hands are the devil's workshop. So when you have too much time on your hands, you end up getting in shit. So this person is always trying to keep busy to stay out of trouble, to stay out of getting into destructive patterns. So this is someone who's working very hard to better their life, to improve their life. They could have, like I said, Cancer in their chart. We got the 8 of Wands. This person may be coming towards you very quickly. This person, you could be meeting them in July or August. That's Leo season. We're currently in Cancer season, so you might meet them during the tail end of Cancer season or in Leo season. Because Cancer season ends on, I think, July 19th or 20th, and then Leo season starts around shortly after that. So either the 20th or 21st, depending. So they could, this is when you could be meeting them. Yeah, this could be when they make their, oh my gosh, this person, whoever they are, if this is a new person, they're going to be coming to you. They're going to be making an offer. This person definitely could be a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, because we got water sign energy here. Cups, cups, cups. This is a person that is very loving, has a lot of love, can be sensitive, but I would say with the King of the King of Cups being here, this is someone who is emotionally grounded. You know, I think in the past, possibly there are issues with their emotions or impulsivity issues, I want to say, because I'm thinking about the Strength card. I think they're learning how to control that in themselves. And they've also learned how to master their emotions. But this is someone that does have a lot of emotions. Compassionate, caring, charismatic, romantic, you know. It could be a feminine or a masculine figure, because a woman can be romantic. Trust me, I can be romantic. If you're my man, I'm going to romance you, you know. But yeah, woman can be just as romantic as men. But also passionate too. There's going to be a lot of attraction. This new person could be attracted to you, very much attracted to you, but also have emotions for you. Or can develop emotions for you over time. Because, if you think about the growing together card, it could be something where it's a friendship, right? And I experienced this with my situationship, but let's just imagine if my situationship turned into actual relationship where there was labels and stuff. Just imagine that, like you become friends, but then you actually grow together. You share your experiences, you connect, you bond, and you learn together. But then in the same time, you start to develop feelings, and then it turns into a romantic relationship, but then it's an actual relationship, like a commitment type of relationship, because like I was saying, like it makes no sense to have that type of bond with somebody and it not be something, but I know labels, not everybody wants a label, but some people need the label because that brings clarity, that lets you know this is serious. Because if there's a label, that means you will tell people, I have a man, I have a girl, I'm with a woman, I'm in a relationship, I'm committed to somebody, I'm taken, but if there's no label, somebody could go around acting like they're single, but let's see. I want to know, does this person, because does this person want commitment? Because I experienced this type of relationship, but there was no commitment. This doesn't really answer my question. Unless this... Okay, this answers my question. Because I'm looking, I see temperance. That has to do with healing. That could be with a connection that introspects, that has to introspecting and closing out certain cycles within yourself or within relationship dynamics that you've experienced in the past. Relationships in the past that have caused a lot of disappointment. But like I said, this is past disappointment, right? With the 5 of Cups. Hi, Yuri, how are you? I don't know what this yippee person's talking about, so I'm just going to put you on a timeout, sir. Alright. So yeah, the 3 of Cups is like the spilled over. This is a past, but you have to get over. And I don't say get over like very lightly. It's more like you have to process your emotions, understand, come to terms with it, and before you could and heal and forgive and move on and be ready. So it's like, this is like the grieving process, allowing yourself to go through the grieving process before you could turn around and have a new beginning, right? With the 2 of Cups, because there was something that you left behind that was just very emotionally draining, and this could be something that this person experienced as well. But we have the Lovers card showing up, This could be like a type of relationship where you feel like it's divinely guided. I don't know if anybody saw my short earlier today. It was that song, Sent From Up Above. So much love in my life. Sent from up above. And then where you can see things clearly, you see the truth of the matter, you're facing some sort of justice when it comes to some sort of conflict you experienced in the past, right? But then you have the Justice card. I asked that this is the type of person that could have a commitment with. It's like once you work out the stuff that you have to deal with, a commitment is possible with this person. Marriage is possible with this person. But that may not be what everybody wants. But ultimately, it's like before it could even get to that point, it's going to be a process before it can become serious, like a committed relationship. So the fact that I'm saying that, I feel like it could be like that type of dynamic. I don't know where you can meet this person. Let me see where you can meet the person. Some of you can meet them while you're traveling, while you're working. It could be while you're traveling or you're working. But could definitely be at the end of something being, something ending. It could be a Virgo energy. It could be a Gemini. Gemini came up with Virgo and came up with the Gemini as well. So the Magician, Virgo, Gemini. So this person could have Virgo, Gemini placements, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces placements with the Chariot, the Death card, and the Knight and King of Cups. So we do have a lot of cups in here. We have the Moon card with Cancer and Pisces, so emotions, deep emotions. We have the Four of Cups. Yeah, contemplation, yeah. But, yeah, I would say this is interesting reading. I tried to give as much information as I could. I hope this reading resonates with y'all in some way or another. If it does, please share, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Tan, and I'm your reader. Welcome to Artemis Oracle. If you've subscribed, thank you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. And I hope to see you later on today. Hi, Evie Lion. How are you? So I hope to see you all later today. And if not, I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.